Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP and we're going to talk about a few other things as well. Are you open to the idea of purchasing XRP if its value drops to 30 cents? Now, I've seen other people saying a 42-cent XRP is coming. Other people said it's going to dip all the way down to 25 cents before we finally take off. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. But if XRP was to dip to 30 cents, I am packing the biggest bag of XRP I possibly can, because I know what's going to happen shortly after. Coinbase wins the ranking as the most chosen crypto brand by phishing scammers. So Coinbase is the crypto brand in the banking and finance section most used by phishing scammers. It has been calculated that in the last 4 years, hackers have chosen it to impersonate in as many as 416 attacks. I remember back in like 2021, you used to get these emails that said your Coinbase wallet is now locked. You have to give up a seed phrase to access your Coinbase wallet and other information as well. And you know, I always tell you, you gotta avoid the scams in the crypto space. Don't interact with the bots in the comment section. If they're talking about WhatsApp, it is not me talking to you. And you know, there's going to be more scams as crypto starts to really take off. You got to keep your crypto safe. That Fed hack already paying dividends. Just in, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange to be freed after 5 years in prison following U.S. plea deal. And they're tying that to the Fed hack. I'm waiting to see what else happens around the Fed hack. I want to see how big this actually gets. The RL, USD, and XRP are going to provide solutions to specific use cases. XRP is the most efficient for exotic corridors or when there just isn't enough liquidity between local currencies. Monica Long at Ripple. Take a listen.
What sort of things can stablecoins do that XRP can't, and vice versa?
It's a great question. We think of them as complementary and additive. In the context of payments and that part of our business, there are plenty of use cases where for the customer, actually seeing the transaction through in US dollars is what the customer wants, or it's just the most cost-efficient option. And when you think about major corridors like US dollar, euro, there's a lot of liquidity there. You don't really need a bridge asset like XRP. And that was the inventors of the ledger, the way that they'd always talked about. And you know, when I think back to the very early days of Ripple, what we had always talked about was the use case for a neutral cryptocurrency as a bridge asset. So like XRP in this case would be for in the future of the Internet of Value, there's going to be all kinds of things tokenized on chain. And you need an asset like that for really efficient cross-currency or cross-token settlement it's more the long tail. Let me simplify it. It's more the long tail of assets and currencies where the costs, when you think in the context of cross-border payments, you have different currency crosses between, a sub-Saharan African country and the Middle East or Europe. And the liquidity is not as great. The costs are very high. You could pay, north of 10% on that in fees for a payment like that. So that's where we see XRP having its role. In the context of developers, as another group, the US dollar has been the on-ramp for our whole industry, right? It's like it's the starting point mostly for any kind of buying cryptocurrency or other type of tokenized asset. It's a starting point for trading. And that's where within XRP Ledger, and we still think there's so much more upside potential for the XRP Ledger's DEX, the decentralized exchange. There needs to be high quality stablecoins available on that exchange for it to be more useful for all types of developers. And we've been more focused on DeFi. So you think about DeFi, USD stables are the key starting ingredient.
What sort of
So pretty much what she said there is two things. When it comes to tokenized assets, you're going to need a bridge currency like XRP. She also said when it comes to US dollar, that's the on-ramp. But all of a sudden she shifted and said that there needs to be a high valued, high quality stablecoin. So is she picturing that Ripple new stablecoin becoming a better option than the US dollar? That's what I think she said, but she said it in a longer way. And that's what I took from that. But what are your thoughts on that? Put it in the comment section down below. I know when it comes to tokenized assets, XRP is really going to rise in value because of that, moving all of that value. We've identified new opportunities for Ripple to be a holistic enterprise blockchain infrastructure provider. Take a listen to this.
Country, so we can support, connectivity to payouts in more than 80 markets now, as well as custody as another key infrastructure component, which we've acquired through acquiring the company Medico it was a year ago now. 1 year anniversary. And then also, we've built a bunch of different compliance features in order to serve our payments customers. So how's business today? It's the payments business grows, but then we've identified kind of new opportunities for Ripple to be a holistic enterprise blockchain infrastructure provider.
In simpler terms, what she's saying is Ripple became a well-rounded company. And because Ripple's a well-rounded company, XRP is becoming a well-rounded cryptocurrency. It's tied to multiple use cases. And they're use cases that are tied to trillions and trillions of dollars, like tokenization, cross-border payments. Custody is going to emerge as well. Then beyond that, you got to start looking at carbon credits and beyond. But I watched Ripple pivot. And every time that they pivoted, they went after more money. That's how I know we are going to get rich. Breaking: Congressman Matt Gaetz introduces bill to allow federal income tax payments in Bitcoin. I say no thank you to that, because I look at it like this. I don't need the IRS thinking I'm holding a massive amount of crypto because I'm paying my taxes using crypto. And if he said, hey, we're going to take tax payments for, I don't know, property tax or something like that, and you could pay in crypto, I would be on board, but not when it comes to the IRS. What's your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below. Remember, this is the same IRS that wants to know how much crypto you're holding in your wallet, on your ledger, on your Decent wallet. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Louisiana not messing around. Louisiana passes bill to defend Bitcoin rights and ban CBDCs. Now, one thing I'm going to point out here is that they say to prohibit governing authorities from requiring use, payment, or testing of central bank digital currency. They did not just say the Fed. They said governing authorities. So they went about it in the right way. When they say that they're going to stop the Fed from creating a CBDC, that's not a problem for anyone, because we already know that the Fed is not going to be announcing a CBDC. It's most likely going to happen through the U.S. Treasury. But you got to get this at the federal level. It has to, the states, they don't want it. So they're telling Congress, we don't want a CBDC. The problem is the rest of the world is already pushing in this direction. And I would like to see a digital bill of rights first. Privacy laws, work on that. Get privacy laws put in place. Now, universal basic income. I got to cover this yet again, because so many people DM me in my videos. What is UBI? What are you talking about? How is this going to affect me? Universal basic income is just a fancy word for unemployed breadline. When they talk about all the jobs being replaced by AI and everyone getting UBI, think about it. It doesn't make any sense. Do you really think all of those tens of millions of unemployed people are just going to get free money to live a life of leisure? More likely, they become the useless people, as referred to by the World Economic Forum. Do you think they want tens of millions of useless eaters consuming resources? What people expect from UBI, a guy sitting on the beach, what it will actually be is the bread lines. And you know, I said that all along. I said that they will enslave you through universal basic income. UBI sounds good on paper, but it's actually a trap. So there is no way to actually make UBI immutably universal. Laws can be changed and promises can be broken. When your job is fully automated, you have no value for the elites and are now dispensable. Worse yet, you are now a burden, a cost, a parasite for the system. There is no incentive to keep you around. Historically, even the most cruel of rulers have been dependent on their subjects for labor and resources. Threat of rebellion kept even the most vicious deposits in check. However, rebellion is no longer an option under UBI. They'll just shut your money off. At any point, UBI might get revoked and you have no appeal. Remember, law, police, army, everything is now fully AI automated and under elites' control. If the elites revoke your UBI, what are you going to do? Rebel against an army of billion AI drones and ever-present surveillance? That's what universal basic income actually will become. You know, I keep seeing people asking for it all over X. It'll give me all the time to do the things I want to do. It's a way for them to control you. You will become a government citizen, controlled by the government. And we have that now. People would argue, well, we have food stamps. Yeah, but food stamps aren't expiring, and people get them every single month. But, you know, I think they're still incentivized to work to get food stamps also. With AI, there's not going to be any jobs that you could possibly do. This is why I stress it so much that it's important to get rich off the fourth industrial revolution. I always try to get family members to buy some crypto. I tell them, what's it going to hurt you to be holding a couple thousand XRP when it's priced at $2 for $1? I tell friends of mine, you got to get invested before time runs out. Universal basic income is not going to give you the money to go hang out at the local bar and have drinks with your friends. UBI is going to be very, very basic at best. And if you're buying things that they don't like, they'll just shut your money off. Or they just won't allow the transaction to go through. Because humans are not going to be running the UBI system. AI is going to be running that system. But again, because CBDC will be tied to it as well, I still think we are going to have a parallel system. If you get rich off of your crypto, you will not have to live on UBI. You will not have to be tied to a central bank digital currency. You will have different options. Remember, with Ripple and XRP, you were always told you will get passive income. That passive income can become your UBI, your retirement plan, so you could break away from universal basic income. You won't need it. And, you know, that's why Harvard is giving those free courses. I think that's a requirement coming from the government. We're going to give people the ability to upskill now before their job disappears later. The problem is they're not telling anyone that all these AI courses are out there. Unless you're invested in crypto already, you would never even know those courses exist. You wouldn't even realize how far advanced AI is already if you didn't get invested into crypto. I always tell people, once you get invested into crypto and you start coming to the crypto communities and talking to people, your eyes will instantly open to everything that is going on around you. And you know, all you see on the mainstream media news every single day is distraction after distraction. Today, they were talking about more funding for Ukraine, and they were talking about the elections. What they should be telling people is, listen, AI is advancing and you need to upskill before your job disappears. Listen, a new financial system is coming. You can position yourself right now so that you don't have to live under a central bank digital currency system. You can enrich yourself off the fourth industrial revolution. And that is why I'm always telling you to stay invested. Don't sell too soon. Because if you sell too soon, you might soon regret it. But you know, until it all happens, you gotta stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.